Hey everybody, welcome to the new improved Sin Bin. CMB Reggae continues its mission to provide you the most current information on what is happening in reggae in the Mid-Atlantic. Today the focus is back on Dirty Jersey. Christian Glomb, the founding force behind Rendition, a rock reggae punk crossover act, has assembled a new lineup of Jersey veterans playing with other bands to form Bright Burning. Today we will learn what has prompted this move as well as pick his brain on the future of the Jersey reggae scene in 2024. It is my pleasure to introduce Christian Glomb, lead vocalist and bassist, Kenny Pete on the drums, and Daniel Mack of vocals and guitar, collectively known as Bright Burning. How are you gentlemen doing today?
Good, man. Thanks for having us on.
No problem. No problem. Okay, so just like last time, Christian, give us your 1 minute elevator pitch. What is Bright Burning all about?
We kind of just wanted to come together and do all things reggae, Me and Kenny started jamming and kind of liked the vibe of it. And we're like, let's try to do a little bit more. And then I kind of just talked about it with Dan in passing.
Mhm.
You know, he was like, well, can I come jam too? We're like, oh, didn't think you'd actually be interested. So that kind of just came together that way, and it's just a mixture of like all of our reggae vibes, I guess.
Right. So we have three somewhat seasoned veterans on the couch here. Christian, you originally formed El Rendition, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And Kenny Pete is with Dub Proof from Asbury Park. Is that correct?
As well as Crucial out of
You played with
Philadelphia,
Crucial.
doing percussion with those cats. I
Ah,
also a long time with a band called Random Test, an Ocean
Random
Mama
Test
Kept.
Reggae Band.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
I'm their dude off the bench when their main guy can't come in. They call me in 6 man. I drop like 12, 8 assists. Everybody has a good time. And the band wins.
They are out of Neptune, New Jersey. Is that correct?
Yeah, they're like Red Bank Asbury based.
Red Bank. Okay. And
It's once a
uh,
month.
Mr. Daniel Mack of Bunch of Scrubs.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so are all three of you currently playing with your respective bands?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Uh,
this is
Not at the moment. We're trying to regroup Il Rendition. It's in a regrouping phase.
Crucial
okay.
tribute to 9 Newtown Theater.
Shout out.
Yes, it is on the list. And I'm not sure if I'm going to make it there. I might be able to make it. It's Bob Marley week, so it's a busy week for me.
Everybody
Um,
doing give thanks because there's a natural mystic blowing in the here.
all right. So uh so Christian, you're from the Atlantic City area,
Yeah, that's right.
and Kenny, you're in the vicinity of Asbury Park.
Yes.
Um Daniel, where does Bunch of Scrubs usually perform?
A bunch of scrubs. We're out of like the Pine Barrens area of New Jersey, so kind of like in the middle. Our whole is Tabernacle. We've kind of just like spread out from there, going from the middle to the beaches.
So you are the dominant force in Pine Barrens reggae, is what you're telling me.
Yes, sir. That is me. Reggae from the woods.
Ichiban, #1.
Okay. So you all started just kind of messing around, and it sounded like a good sound, so you wanted to do that.
Yeah, that was
Yes,
that was
sir.
more or less it. Like we were just Kenny and I were playing duo gigs, and it just kind of built out of that, and then we're just like, let's see what we can do with it.
It makes sense because we all sort of have different, like, reggae is a big thing with lots of genres and lots of different places
Mhm.
they can go. So with all of our combined different backgrounds, we're like, okay, let's see if we can come together and do something fun and new and exciting.
Yeah,
People,
I was going to ask you all about that. Because the three bands that are referenced really do play a different kind of sound. Do you guys feel like you're clashing, or is this harmony, or is this just a place where you spitball new ideas? How do the rehearsals go?
It's kind of just been everybody bringing in like whatever flavor we want, you know, and kind of bringing it together. But like we kind of just collectively talked about like keeping it pretty reggae, you know, like that was like the main thing. Like we all kind of like do different things, I guess, you know, on the side, but for this it was more a reggae vibe.
It's been a real vibe to put it all together, and you know, because nobody wants to come to a show and not have a good time. Nobody wants to come to a show and be all up in their head about other nonsense. Like they come to the show, have a good time, hang out, hear some good time grooves, do some dancing, maybe chat up somebody, you know, have some drinks, whatever, have a good time, and get home safe. Like, and that's what it is. And let's get together, have a good time. You know, like-minded people coming together, doing the good things, and that's what it's all about.
Right. So Daniel and Christian, you are doing vocals,
Yeah.
and there's I mean uh, it's not uncommon for a reggae band to expand to as many as 5 or 6 in order to ensure all the bases are covered. And you guys are at 3, and both Christian and Daniel are double timing the guitar, bass, and vocals.
Yeah.
Are you looking to expand? Are you gonna you gonna pick up a I don't know a another uh, a lead guitar or another rhythm guitar?
I
Maybe
think
free up
collaborate.
Christian's vocals or whatever.
We're probably gonna keep it mainly 3 piece, but like we want to do collaborations for sure. Like bring other people in to like beef ideas up.
It's a matter of laying the foundation.
Yes.
Once you lay down the foundation, you're able to build and add and, you know, have things that go on. Like, for example, you go see Slightly Stupid nowadays and there's like an army of people on stage. Well, like when we started as a band, it was just the 2 guitar player, bass player, and drummer. They added a percussionist, and then they were like, oh, this band opens for us as a horn section. Hey, why don't you join our band? And then they were like, oh, hey, I got this dude who plays keys. And they were like, oh, I know this rapper guy. And then like it became a whole big thing. So who knows? Like we're getting it together, we're laying it down, we're putting together some fun stuff, and we're gonna see where the journey takes us, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, last time I saw Revolution, they had 12.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
And there's
They had 12. They had 12 on stage.
and
They
it's
had
like
three regular horns. Three. Yeah, it was two trumpets, a saxophone, a
Right.
trombone,
Well,
and yeah. They did the full thing.
it's great.
So
And that's what, you know, to do the full sound of making the magic happen, and you know, that's what it's all about. So, you know, once we're able to sort of get you know, we're gonna get it all together, we're gonna put out some fun stuff this you know, spring, summertime, you know, whatever. We're not trying to get too wild about it, but you know, we're gonna get it
Mhm.
together, and we're gonna have some fun doing it, and we're gonna hopefully people listen to it, enjoy it, and have a good time with us. And that's what it's all about. Shabla.
so so Christian, the last time I talked to you involving this, you said that one of your primary motivations was to spend some more time in the studio and go release new music.
Yeah.
Are you on that trajectory? Are you going to do that? Are we going to see some bright burning new releases in the future?
Yeah, so literally before this, we were sitting here just doing some videos just to get some content out there just to show what we're kind of doing. And literally next week we're gonna start a writing session. So next week we're gonna start getting it together and just kind of vibe out and see what happens. You know, like nobody really has a set specific thing.
Riffs, baby. We got riffs. Oh yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. So you performed at Farm Truck Brewery. That was where I saw you. Were there any other gigs that you've played, or that was your inaugural and you're just ready for the next one?
that was the ship setting sail for sure. We're going to be pulling into port Mount Holly, New Jersey on Sunday, March 10th, with a bunch of rad other bands at the Firehouse, Mount Holly, New Jersey. It's an actual venue with a stage and lighting. It's not an actual firehouse. I just want to throw that.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to know.
There's no pole, is what you're telling me?
Side room,
Anybody who's expecting you to work the pole, they're gonna be disappointed. Is that where you're going with that?
it's going to be a thing. So it's a stage, it's a venue, it's lighting. There's places to hang out and dance and drink some drinks.
It's going to be a nice production with solid bands.
Good times, good vibes.
Yeah.
Who are you performing with?
There will be heat.
There'll be heat coming.
Yeah, and that's an afternoon. That's a little afternoon.
Yo,
hit.
matinee.
Good times on
Matinee.
Sunday afternoon.
3 p.m.
Sunday fun day.
Nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. So, is there anything that you want to plug beyond March 10th?
You could Google Bright Burning. You'll probably find all the work Christian did building all of our stuff all over the internet. We got some videos on YouTube. We got an Instagram or
Instagram, TikTok,
the talk, right? Yeah, we on the
Facebook, all
talk.
of it.
We on the book.
And we're literally worked on
all the
content
things.
tonight. So
Right,
we
so-
got some stuff coming. So yeah, follow us up.
On your thing of choice. That's
Search it out.
We're not here to mark out for all the things. You guys know the things.
Yeah.
Look for the things and you'll find us on
All things bright burning.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, considering, Kenny, that you wind up coming from Asbury Park area to go join this group, there's a little bit of travel involved for get-togethers here. Is that correct?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
We make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you start booking gigs, it's going to be probably less painful for one of you than the other two, however it goes.
We like it works. It evens out, the ebb and flow of things.
New Jersey's it's not like 6 hours to get from one end of the state
Right.
to the other. I mean,
That's true.
we can make this whole thing happen.
Yeah.
And it's gonna hey, we're gonna do it together. It's all a journey for all of us to go on. You know what I mean? So the juice is gonna be worth the squeeze. We want to be good, we want to make it happen, have a good time. And that's what good times, good vibes, and making sure people are able to, do something and get their minds off all the whackness that's going on out there. Because there's lots of
Okay. So let me ask you this: with the different styles, how much are you guys going to veer towards the harder edge? I know that the hard edge of music is something that is endemic to the state of New Jersey. Having spent a lot of time here in my life.
I think like Kenny said, it's about the vibe, man. We're trying to bring a thing where you can just get in the right headspace and not be stressed about the day-to-day monotony of maybe a boring job or whatever it is that's weighing you down. It's just gonna be some place where you can just let that all go, vibe out to some reggae, you know what I mean? So it's probably not as much on
and being on the beach, there's a lot of venues that lend itself to that kind of vibe, so that works out well. So Kenny, focusing on you, I know I'm jumping all over the place here. Talk to us more about your connection with Crucial, because usually I dig in, I do all kinds of research. I did not know anything about that.
Oh yeah. I've been doing percussion with Crucial for at least, I've been homies with those guys for a super long time.
Mhm.
And they were super cool with doing a lot of stuff. And so they last year were doing a tribute show to, it's basically the Bob Marley show around in early February at the Newtown Theater. And they got together and were they were listening to the songs and going over the songs and were kind of needs something, maybe some tambourine, maybe a little shaker, maybe what. Let's call Kenny P. So they called me and were like, hey, do you want to do percussion for this Bob Marley show? And I was like, yeah, man, no problem. So, we made that happen. And They've had other percussionists before that didn't quite sort of understand the assignment, like I like to say. So,
Mhm.
percussionist, you can want to, especially in my situation, like walking into a band like Crucial has been a band for a super long time. You want to go in, you want to listen, ears open, mouth closed. You want to sort of look into your palette, my palette of colors, textures, and sounds, and be like, okay, dust a little bit of the shaker over here, dust a little bit of cowbell over there, a little bit of woodblock, little tambourine, little frog squawk, whatever, a couple cymbals.
Reggae front.
Yeah, just vibe it out a little bit. So like not step on also you also want to, as a percussionist, you don't want to step on what the drummer's doing. Like there's a couple very specific rules of like where to fit in a great kabasa hit or a great tambourine jingle or a great block hit in a timing spot where the space is there for it, where you're not stepping on anybody else when you really want to break down the science of making reggae music. So as a percussionist, you don't want to step on the drummer. You don't want to overpower anybody else. You just want to sort of slide in the cut and add spices and texture to what is already going on. So they were stoked with what I did there. And then they were like, oh, so you want to just like, do this all the time? And I was like, sure, no problem. And then like, there will be some gigs where like, say their drummer can't make it, they'll slide me over and then they'll still be able to do the show. I get to play drums instead of percussion, which is super fun. Everybody has a good time. Good times,
That's
good
good.
vibes. That's what it's all about.
Win-win.
So are you going to be at that Newtown Theater show on February 9th?
Stage doing the percussion and doing the rattles and the shaking and all the good stuff, paying tribute to the man who's left the legacy for all of us to be able to enjoy, study, appreciate, respect, and play with care.
Okay.
That's not just Crucial on that stage for that show. That's like anybody who play reggae music like isn't done with reverence. It's not just done because it's like, oh, I want to play these tunes. It's like, no, we're doing it because we want to play reverence and keep it alive and pay respect to a forgotten art form in the land of butt rock.
Okay.
Well, with that.
All right. Okay, so that ends the hard part of our interview. Now we get into the relaxation phase.
Sick.
So with three people who are all seasoned veterans, having significant experience with different bands, we're gonna go around the room and do my stock questions. I'm the James Lipton inside the actor's studio of reggae. What is your most memorable show? Let's start off with Daniel. What's the most memorable show you've ever played?
Most memorable show I ever played, I would say playing at the Atlantic City Beer and Music Festival, opening up for 311. That was pretty cool. It was nice day. Temperature was perfect. Thousands of people. The vibes are right, and it's embedded in my brain forever, and I'll forever love that day.
Sizable audience for 311 on the beach, right? It was on the beach, wasn't it?
Where was
that Bader Field?
Bader Field. Yeah.
Bader Field.
Okay. That's good. That's good. What about you, Kenny? What's the most memorable show you've ever played?
Well, I don't know. There were some wild ones. I would say there was one we did at the Stone Pony. I was in sort of this indie rock art project, Lucha Libre themed band on a day in October, where we played the Stone Pony, and it was the Zombie Walk that day when the Stone Pony's right next to the Asbury Park Boardwalk where all the Zombie Walk happens. So we're on stage in our luchador masks, just like doing our little in band whatever stuff, and these drunken zombies just start like, they thought it'd be cool if they would just start like clotheslining and body slamming each other and everything.
Okay.
And so zombies in the middle of our set just started like slapping each other around and doing all this wacky stuff. And so security kicked everybody out, and we're like, oh, that was cool. And then we never got asked to play there again.
Nice. Like a zombie mosh pit.
It was absolutely like drunken zombies body slamming each other while we're playing like, weird handband rock, you just like sort of groove to. But they were into it. They were inspired by our costumes to they chose violence that day. So
Uh-huh.
they were working. They were
So,
working. I think they were
so Christian, are you ready to top that story? Do you have anything?
Yeah, I think the coolest thing I ever did. I mean, not necessarily a topic. I mean, it's all fun, but we played at the what the hell is it called in New York? The Jones Beach Amphitheater for John Mayer and Phil Phillips. Sorry, so many minutes to remember the
Oh,
name.
that's nice. That's nice. I have not been up there yet.
You know, like thousands of people. Like it was rad. It was a really good
Yeah.
time. So
And
high
John,
energy. Like John tried to come out and like sound check when we were sound checking. I was like, nah, bro. We're already going, man.
He had,
John Mayer. I'm sorry, John Mayer. You have to wait.
he had his headphones on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay. Out of the three of you, any particular venues stand out as the ones that you enjoyed performing in the most, aside from the most memorable show, like I don't know, the venue that had its act to go the best, or was the most comfortable to perform, or the sound was perfect. Let's
Uh,
go back to Daniel.
Hmm. I would say probably a recent show at Anchor Rock Club, Atlantic City,
Anchor Rock Club, right?
in the Rendition. That
yeah.
was pretty
Mhm.
cool. Like that was the most comfortable show for me, surrounded by my homies and playing to the people that love to come out and hear reggae music. It was really nice night. Everything went together like perfectly. The lineup was nice, and the crowd was very reactive to what we were doing. And I'd say that's probably like my most comfortable show that I loved.
Okay, Kenny.
I got to shout out a venue in Asbury Park that hopefully will be on its way back soon, but the Saint in
Uh-huh.
Park, that was a place where Scott would book tons of classic roots reggae acts from the Mighty Diamonds to Pato Banton, Yellow Man, Sly and Robbie with Michael Rose, um, Kenyatta Hill Culture, and it would be a combination of two out of the three local reggae bands of Dub Proof, Random Test, and Predator Dub Assassins would be like two out of those three bands would get the call to open for any of those legendary acts coming through town. So every time we got the opportunity to do that, it was very awesome and very comfortable. And they always had a great sound venue and a very cool place and packed out crowd of good people there to have a good time. I fucking know. Hopefully they'll be coming back soon. Rumblings is at it.
So the Saint is not currently online for performances.
They're currently trying to find a new location, which I believe they've secured in Asbury on Cookman Avenue. Details to be determined.
Okay.
Rumor speculation.
All
Allegedly.
right. Okay,
Alleged.
Christian. What's
Um,
your what's your most comfortable, most awesome venue? If you had a choice to play there at any given time, where'd you go?
I think one of my favorites was definitely the Hi-Fi in Indianapolis, Indiana. We played there, Il Rendition, with the Meager Kings
With the
and
Meager Kings, yeah.
now. So it was like three of us on there, and it was just kind of a cool. It had like a real cool vibe, like just like some green rooms in the back, like green room area, some like a chill like outside area, and then like you could go around and like there was this other outdoor stage, so there was like another like big show happening outside. Like it was just like so many people in and out between the two, and like the people, like the crowd was just really cool. Like everybody was like riding the rail, like anticipating the start of the show. Like they got there early, like ready to go before we even like came out. Like we just peeked out the curtain, and it was just cool. And the staff was just incredible. Like anything we needed, like it was. They treated us like royalty. Like being out on the road. Like I just kind of appreciated that. It was like one of the. I guess the most thing that stood out was just the way everybody treated us. Like it was cool. Like the vibes were right. I like that place. Hi-Fi in
That's
Indiana.
great. That's great. Okay. All right. I think that's all the time we have for today. I'd like to keep these videos reduced so as to not offend the YouTube consumer gods. No offense to anyone. Continue to, for those CMB Reggae fans out there who are joining us, please continue to stay tuned in every week for hopefully newer and fresher content. And oh, yes, one last question before I go. Sorry, before I wrap it up.
Last one.
What do you see? What do the three of you see for the future of reggae in New Jersey in 2024?
The wave
Just blown up, dog. Just blown up.
Upward.
hit on the wave now. Like
Everybody's doing it.
It's going up. It's
Going.
going up. Business is
Everybody,
big.
everybody's
Business is
doing it.
booming.
Everybody's doing it.
Bullish, bullish,
Well,
homie.
I do have to say that I've been in this game where I've been tracking shows for about 2 or 3 years now. And 2 year ago, we were still in the middle of lockdown and there was very little going on. But
Yeah.
I thought that last year was not going to be topped in terms of the number of shows that we would see out there in the world. And I was wrong about that because, in my opinion, it's probably doubled since last year.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that in combination with the Bob Marley biopic and the insane amount of money that these dispensaries are plunking down for new shows and new advertising, that the summer in New Jersey is probably going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm just sitting from the sidelines. I don't plug down the disposable cash, and I don't play an instrument. So I'm just an observer in this. But I'm with you. I think that it's going to be on the increase. So
Well, let's not sell yourself short here, Christopher. You are a vital part of making this entire thing be huge. Because anybody who is a like-minded person who would be into what we do, what any of the bands that we mentioned talk about, who want to see a Bob Marley pick, who hear about a reggae song, or oh, this band, it's the old. If you like this, you might like that, and so come to a place like cmbreggae.com to find out what's going on, find out about other bands, find out about other people, to again join part of the community, which it's all part of the thing, man. Like, it's what it is. It's if we can all rub shoulders together a little easier, we can all have a better time as we travel on this rock that's spinning through space for millions of years after we're no longer here anymore.
well, I mean, I am trying to make sense of the notion of a regional scene instead of a local scene, and I have, from looking around, I've noticed that there are not too many people who are doing that. But, part of that is an exercise in vanity on my behalf because I'm not originally from here in Philly. I moved up here from DC, and I just wanted to continue what it was I was doing somewhere else. So, but yes, if it works for other people, that's good too.
What it is, sure, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So, like I said, for the CMB Reggae fans, please continue to stay tuned in every week, and we will try to bring you new content. And there might be some new shows that CMB Reggae may be announcing, but I'm not going to disclose any more than that until it happens, because the gods punish people who get presumptuous.
So good, man. It's gonna be so good. We can't say anything, but he told us off there. Trust me, it's gonna be dope.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you for joining us, gentlemen, and have a good evening. Take care.
Cheers.